Attended two meetings which was convened by Mr. Jairam Rameshji, and I have no hesitation to say that he took all efforts to make it a bill acceptable to all. He circulated some notes of his own. He circulated few of his observations, sent the copies to us, and we have gone through it. I will use his paper also. In the context, as per this British Rule Act of this 1894, on this, Sir, Justice Ganpati Singhvi of Supreme Court of India observed this Land Acquisition Act 1894 is as fraud. And another bench of Supreme Court has also observed, by commenting on this 1894 Act, that this Act does not provide for rehabilitation of persons displaced from their land, although by such compulsory acquisition their livelihood gets affected. To say the least, the Act has become outdated and needs to be replaced at the earliest by fair, reasonable and rational enactment in tune with the constitutional provisions, particularly Article 300A of the Constitution. So it was a necessity to change this Act, and it is good enough that this bill is now in front of us. Sir, government needs land. Private companies, industry houses, they need land also. Government naturally needs land for schools, for roads, for bridges, for hospitals, even for some PPP models projects also. And private companies and the industry houses, they need land for setting up of industries. But the question is, what would be the policy of acquiring or acquisition of the land? What with our practical experiences in West Bengal, when we succeeded to remove a 34 years left-hand regime government, it was totally based on that how the farmers fight for their land when they are attacked. They feel helpless, that there is nobody to guide them, to stand by them, to protect them, but they are only politically exploited when at the time of votes appear. It could have been better if this bill could have been introduced much more earlier also. Sir, what we strongly feel, we want assurance from the Honorable Minister, the land of the farmers will never be acquired by force. We are totally opposed to the forceful occupancy of the land of the farmers and of the landowners. It will never be allowed to happen. And that assurance is to be given, because normally whether it is acquisition or acquired, that is done by kicking in the stomach of the farmers, which we will never allow and which we will stand by them very firmly. Sir, standing committee sent few recommendations, 13, and out of these 13 recommendations, sir, 11 have been inducted, but 2 have not been included. But we are for those 2 recommendations which government has excluded. We are 100% in favor of those 2 recommendations. What are these 2 recommendations which government refused to take up? These 2 recommendations are: restriction on multi-crop land acquisition left to the state in response to the recommendations made by the standing committee, that since states better understand the peculiar and unique circumstances in their regions, the fixation of the cap should be left to them. An amendment has been made to allow state governments to fix the limits on the acquisition of multi-crop land. Secondly, in response to the recommendations made by the standing committee, that since states better understand the peculiar and unique circumstances in their regions, The fixation of the cap should be left to them, and amendment has been made to allow state governments to fix the limits on the acquisition of agricultural land. We will urge that let the total report of the standing committee, by not excluding these two recommendations, be accepted by the Honourable Minister, by which it can be a most all acceptable bill for this session. Sir, what I would further add, government have categorically said that 80% land will be acquired by the private companies in case of their projects. In case of government, it will be 70-30. In case of private companies, it will be 80-20. Why, sir? We are totally of the opinion that this deal should be in between the private companies and with the landowners and the farmers. Even the price also would be fixed up in consultation with both of them. Government should not play the role of the mediator. Should be very categorical, it should be very positive, and once this system is adopted, then government can come all out to help, whether or whatever projects anybody can intend to make over there. Sir, therefore we firmly believe that 100% land to be purchased by the private group of their own. Multi-crop lands, sir, are to be protected. Industries can be set up on either monocrop land or on the barren land. In many states, there is no contiguity of land, that at a stretch you can get more than 100 acres of land. So whatever we propose, as because contiguity of land at every state is not available, small and middle industries can be a very viable alternative of the big and giant industries. So land, sir, we will have to keep in your mind that it is the asset of the rural people, it is the asset of the farmers. We should not acquire it by any means which will cause them and send them to the uncertainty. Sir, we know that safeguards for the tribal communities and other disadvantaged groups have been mentioned. We want that they are to be protected with all strength. Sir, what would be the compensation? Compensations are mentioned, but ultimately the owners of the land, affected families, be provided with, it has been mentioned, job to the family, housing facilities, land for land. But normally it is seen, whatever we are recording, whatever are mentioned with good ideas, these are not properly applicable.
How much time will take?
These are not implemented properly. So state level monitoring committees, they are to be activated. Some observations are to be kept certainly from the department, for which I don't think any national level monitoring committee is at all necessity. But we should also say that land bank we totally support. There should be one land map also for every state, sir. What do the land maps do normally? They demarcate that this is my state, which part of the state symbolizes or demarcated as the industry proposed zones, and these are the areas which can be demarcated as agricultural oriented zones.
Kindly conclude.
If any person comes with a good motive, the map can be placed before him, that you decide your land, these are the areas which will make for industry, these are the areas are the farming areas, and multi-crop lands will never be handed over to any private companies, and so state governments can take it if they feel necessity. So this should be a guide map for the concerned state also. Sir, we reaffirm our commitment on the principles to protect the interest of the farmers. We are also for the industries also. And we believe, sir, that principles cannot be changed by debate or by negotiations. And we firmly believe that if these changes are included, if these additions are taken care, our proposals, certainly it can be an all-accepted bill for this at this session, at this meeting.
Sudeep Bandyopadhyay.
Sir, we give salute
Kindly.
to the martyrs of Singur and Nandigram, with which I began. They did their best. Government of India was also keen to see that certainly the new bill is necessity of the hour, and we certainly believe that when with an open mind, with transparency outlook, with some farsightedness, when Jairam Rameshji is coming ahead, let this bill be all out accepted.
Thank you.
To fight,
Thank you. Thank you, Sudeep.
we again reassure and reaffirm our stand that this 80-20 ratio must be abolished.
Thank you.
100% means 100%. Land 100% is to be acquired by the private company.
Thank you, Bandyopadhyay ji.
To be purchased by
Please,
the private
thank you.
company.
Thank you.
Know how government will mediate. Know how government will play the role of the
Sri
mediator.
TKS Elongovan
We will
ji.
support the bill if our
Please, kindly
amendments
take
are
a seat.
accepted, sir.
Thank you.